Hello and welcome to the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint Show. I am your host, Jay Jones. Black Entrepreneur Blueprint was created specifically to educate and inspire Black entrepreneurs to launch, build, and grow successful businesses. Join us as we help build an economic power base in the Black community by promoting business ownership. If you are currently an entrepreneur or want to be an entrepreneur, we invite you to join us every week here at Black Entrepreneur Blueprint.
Welcome to the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, episode number 315. I'm your host, Jay Jones, and today we have another outstanding and informative show in store for you. Today's show topic is test your product or service to get proof of concept so you don't waste time and money. 3 case studies. Test your product or service to get proof of concept so you don't waste time and money. 3 case studies. Now, as a serial entrepreneur, longtime business coach, I see this all the time, guys. One of the biggest stumbling blocks with entrepreneurs is getting proof of concept for their product and or service. So I've actually had coaching students and friends and family members that have been sitting on ideas for months and months at a time and never went forward. And I think one of the biggest issues is that most people think that you have to invest a lot of time and money to test your concept. And that is absolutely incorrect. So today, that's what we're going to be talking about, guys. Test your product or service to get proof of concept so you don't waste time and money. 3 case studies. Now, before we get to today's show, I just want to share a few things with the BEB family. First and foremost, I want to welcome all first-time listeners to Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Welcome to the BEB family. Please stick around until the end of today's broadcast, and I'm going to share all my social media contact information and my free resource links, such as the link to my new book, A New Black Wall Street, Circulating the Black Dollar Worldwide by Building Successful eCommerce Businesses. Also, BeSmartByBlack.com and HireBlackFreelancers.com, which are 2 platforms designed to help circulate the dollar in the Black community. So let's get ready for today's show. All right, family, let's get into it today. Test your product or service to get proof of concept so you don't waste time and money. 3 case studies. So if I was in a live audience, I would ask you guys to raise your hand if you or somebody that you knew had a product, a service, or a business idea that you didn't start because you didn't think you had enough money. And I guarantee you, if I was in a live audience, and I do this all the time, probably 50, 60, 70% of the people will raise their hand. And so today what we're going to talk about, guys, is being able to get proof of concept. And I'm giving you 3 real life case studies without spending a lot of money. So as a serial entrepreneur and business coach, I see this all the time, paralysis by analysis. But I always tell you guys that you need to think like a mad scientist. And it's about testing. You have to test, and test some more. Now, the only drawback of testing is you want to make sure you don't spend a whole lot of money testing your product and or service to get proof of concept. So we're going to talk about how you can do that with minimal outlay. And these are 3 real life examples. So first and foremost, guys, let me give you some of the pros for testing and getting proof of concept. Okay, obviously, number 1, you don't waste time creating or doing something that people don't want. So if you're creating an online course, you don't want to sit there and create the course, take all that time and invest all that time. And then when you start to sell it, nobody wants the course, right? So you don't want to waste a lot of time doing that. You don't want to waste a lot of money creating a product and you haven't tested the proof of concept for the product. So people always want to save time and money. Another benefit or pro of testing or getting proof of concept is you get valuable feedback. Okay. A lot of times what we think people want, they don't want. And you'll uncover things that people want. So Instead of sitting on the sidelines, trying to wonder what people are going to say or how they're going to react to your product or service, you got to put it out in the universe and let the universe tell you what they want or what they need, what they like and what they don't like. So all of this supposition and thinking and all of that stuff is great. You definitely need to do that. But the real feedback comes when you put it out to the public. Okay. Now, also, remember, you can also test your offer. This is another pro of getting proof of concept. So I talked last week about price versus value. So remember the price value seesaw. So price is what you pay. Value is what you get. So you may have an offer out there and the offer is a good product, but the price may be too high. People don't see the value. You may offer a great service, but if people don't see the value, they're not going to pay that price. So with price and value, it's an inverse relationship. So those are some of the things or some of the pros that come from getting proof of concept and testing your product and or service before you go knee deep in debt or spending time building the product or service out. So we're going to talk about case study number 1, and it's a physical product proof of concept. And I've mentioned this on the show before, but I always have to remember people don't hear all the shows and I have new listeners. So several years ago, I had this nootropic. It's a supplement. It was called X4 Mind Boost. And it was a product that I was private labeling. And so I had never really been big into the supplement business before. So I said, let me try it out. So I got the product. I tested the product. I let a couple of my family and friends test the product. They all liked it. I liked it. I said, okay, let me see if I can sell this. So I went to a manufacturer. I got the pricing for the product. Okay. Now, I only got a couple of samples. I got maybe 4 or 5 bottles, that I gave to one for myself and a couple to my family members and friends so they can sample and test the product over a period of time. And so everybody came back and said, yeah, this thing is pretty good. I feel better mentally. I'm sharper. So I said, all right, let me go ahead and see if I can sell this thing. So the first thing I did was I went to the manufacturer and I said, okay, how much is it for, I wanted to start with a minimum order for 100 bottles with my label on the bottle. And they gave me a price. It was like $4 or something like that. And it's been a while, but it wasn't any more than $4. I know that, or it was around $4 per bottle. So now what I did was I got the product pricing. I had a graphic designer create my labels in conjunction with the manufacturer, because when you're doing supplements and food products, you need to have all of the ingredients and everything on there. It has to pass FDA or pass specific guidelines. Then what I did was I put up a dummy landing page, and a landing page is just a page that you can send traffic to. And I created a 1-page sales page for an offer for this X4 Mind Boost. And what it was you can get a free bottle X4 Mind Boost just for paying for the shipping, which was like, I think I had them at $6.95 or $5.95 for the shipping. And after that, it would automatically renew, a monthly renewal, $29 a month, every month until you cancel. So my thing was, let me go put it up. But before I make this 100-unit order, let me test and see if this thing is going to work. So I put up the landing page. I started running traffic to it, and I started literally taking orders. Okay, you're probably saying, why are you going to take the orders? You don't even have a product yet. That's exactly right. So here's the thought process behind it. I was going to take the orders, but I'm not spending the money. I'm just holding the money in an account. And if I didn't get, I think I had a goal of 20 to 25 orders. And if I didn't get those 20 to 25 orders in a certain period of time, I was just going to refund people all their money. Okay. What happened was I actually got like 25 orders in about 3 to 4 days. And I didn't even spend that much on advertising. And so I'm like, okay, now let me go call the manufacturer. I already knew what the time would take to actually get the bottles out. So after a couple of days and I got those 25 plus orders, I emailed the manufacturer, yo, I need those 100 bottles. My labels were already ready to go. They just had to print it up, slap it on the bottle. I got the bottles in about 4 to 5 days, but I set the expectation level for my prospective customers. I told them this was a pre-order. So it may take anywhere from 7 to 10 days for them to get this actual product. Okay, so that went well. Now I'm selling the bottles. I'm not making real money up front because I'm really pretty much breaking even. The bottles cost me $4, and I think I was spending $1 or $2 to drive traffic per customer. So I'm charging $6.95 for shipping. Actually, I'm losing money. I forgot because my shipping was like $2 or something like that. So I'm actually losing money on the front end. On the back end, if I have people that would continue to buy the product at $29 a month, I'm making money. So that whole thing, and I was selling that thing for probably close to about 6 or 7 months, getting tremendous recurring monthly revenue. Then the manufacturer went out of business. And I was like, damn. All right, but here's the real point, the concept behind it, guys. Let me tell you what my true investment was to test that physical product. My investment was about $125, $75 for my graphic artist. So here's what I did. I didn't even have the physical bottles with my labels on it. I had a graphic artist take my label and do a mock-up of it on a bottle. So I never even had a physical bottle with my label on it. Okay, so now I'm putting that on the landing page. I'm driving traffic. I got great sales copy, and people are buying the product. So I never even had it until I ordered those 100 bottles. That's the first time I had a physical bottle with my label on it. Okay, so my graphic mock-up for the bottles for the website was $75, and I spent $50 for the actual label to be printed. In addition to that, I believe I spent about $100 for my Facebook ads. And so all in, I was in about $225. But remember now, that $225 bought me over 30. I think after I stopped, before I ordered, I had like 32 orders. So I was making money in the long run. And that continued to work until these guys went out of business. So that's the crazy thing about it. But I actually started that and tested that for $225, around that $225. So if you don't have that type of money, then you probably shouldn't be selling a product or service or whatever, because it's not a lot of money. So once again, the whole concept, guys, test your product or service to get proof of concept so you don't waste time and or money. And I'm giving you 3 physical case studies. Okay, so that's a case study number 1 for a physical product. My investment was about $225 to find out if the X4 Mind Boost worked, and yes, it did work. Okay, if it didn't work, guess what? I'm out $224. I'm not out $2,000. So the worst thing you want to do, if I didn't know what I was doing, I would have bought 500 bottles of with my label on it and then tried to sell them. And I'd have been out a couple $1,000 if it didn't work. So you don't do that. Okay. Now, case study number 2. And this actually was from an interview that I was listening to a while back. And this is from a digital product proof of concept. So how many of you guys have heard of masterclass.com? This is where they have high level people teaching classes. Spike Lee teaches filmmaking. Samuel Jackson teaches acting. You got Dustin Hoffman. You got all types of top level people. Ron Howard directing. All types of top level people teaching online courses. So the founder or co-founder of Masterclass, his name is David Rozier. And so I'm listening to an interview a while back, and he's talking about Masterclass, and they were like, well, how'd you come up with the concept, and how did you know it would work? And so what he did was he actually created a dummy website, okay, with fake courses and fake instructors, and he sold the memberships. So he had no famous instructors like Spike Lee or Samuel L. Jackson or anybody else. He had fake course names that he just made up. He thought up things that people may like to learn. And he had fake instructors. He had pictures. He had everything. And he started selling memberships. He was running traffic to it. Now, I don't know how much he spent, but he told in the interview, he was saying that it was less than $1,000. And I think Masterclass started in 2014 or 2015, somewhere around there. And so then what happened was when people started signing up and paying their money, he would actually call them and say, hey, what other classes would you like to, learn about? Or what other things would you like to learn about? He said, we're in the startup process right now, so I'm going to have to refund your money. Once again, it was a dummy site, but what it did was it's proof of concept. And the only way, guys, you can truly get real proof of concept is when people go in Hip Pocket National and spend their money. So people can tell you, oh, I like this sounds good. Yeah, I would buy it if it. Nah, that doesn't mean anything. The only thing that means something is when people literally go into their pocket, pull out cash or credit, and buy your product or service. That is proof of concept. Okay? You can do focus groups and all of that stuff, but that's still not real proof of concept. Okay? Now, so that was a case study actually with the digital product. So the first one case study was a physical product, my X4 Mind Boost. Second one was case study was masterclass.com. All right. Next case study is a service business. And I mentioned this on the air before too. So one of my cousins in North Carolina has a trash can cleaning business. Okay. And this is exactly what he did. So a trash can cleaning business. So if you live in an area that has municipal pickup for your trash or city pickup, and you have those green big trash bins, that's what he cleans. And so a lot of times they get real stinky and you got to dig down in there to get it out. And a lot of people don't want to do it. And he started the business because he didn't like to do it. So his trash cans were getting jacked up all the time, and he started cleaning it. And so that's how he started his business. And this is how simple that this was for him. So he saw the problem. I always talk about problem, solution, result. Saw the problem. Hey, who else doesn't like to clean their trash cans, right? And that's how he started. So what he did was, the day he started in his neighborhood, so whatever day his trash day was, once the trash trucks came, picked up the trash, which is usually early in the morning, what he did was he got some custom made sticky notes. They were not the regular like Post-it notes. They were bigger than that. They're a little longer than that, and a little thicker than that, with adhesive on it. And what he did was, after the trash people came, he actually went around and slapped the sticky note on top of the trash can. And I'm going to paraphrase what it says, but hey, tired of cleaning the stinky garbage can, or tired of having a stinky garbage can, let me clean it for you. Something like that. Okay. Now, excuse me. What he did was, on the sticky note, he had people directed to a landing page, a website, a simple one-page website, explained exactly what he did, how often he did it, and when he was going to do it. And so basically it was $20 when he started, $20 a month for 2 cleanings a month. Now, in North Carolina where he lives, the temperature obviously is different from Philadelphia, so they got warmer weather longer. Okay, so it's not like you're going to have the snow and all of that stuff all the time out there. And so what happened was, when he got enough people to sign up, then he actually started the service. Okay, literally, and I'm going to tell you, it cost him $100 to get proof of concept on this business. He was like, bruh, he said, I put up a landing page and I got the sticky notes made from Staples. Literally, that was it. He didn't run traffic because he was actually physically going out there. Now, he had to take some time. So he went out there, and what he did was, he's like, look, I got to go right behind the trash trucks. So if the trash truck came in his neighborhood on Monday, soon as the trash truck came, he would follow the truck, not literally follow the truck, but he would go in that neighborhood. And after the trash was dumped, he would slap the sticky notes on it. So now, you may have, a nasty garbage can that you need cleaning. And instead of you doing it, yeah, this garbage can stinks, let me go to this website or call this number. He actually had a phone number and he had a website. And what's funny is, he said most people initially called because they weren't familiar with the service and they wanted to find out what he does, how often he does it, and what, all that type of stuff. So literally, the supplies that he used to start it out was a power washer, which he already had. He used Clorox and some chemicals. He bought a couple of mops, long handle mops, and he had a pickup truck. And he also used I think it was he did have a water container too for his power washer, but it was stuff that he already had. And he would sanitize and clean it. Then he would slap another sticker on with like a smiley face on it. Hey, your trash can has been sanitized. Leave it right out there, and he would collect online. So it was a monthly payment. I think it was $20 a month to start for 2 cleanings a month. And so the way he built his business was he would go around and he was doing it. Then his son was out there helping him put the stickers out, and that's how he built the route. And it was literally as simple as that, guys. About $100 to get proof of concept. So this is what I'm talking about. So if proof of concept is holding you back from starting a business or introducing a new product and or service, this is what you need to do. You need to test without spending a lot of money and without wasting a lot of time. I got another story for you, but before we finish, get to the next story, guys, I just want to share all my contact information and my resource links. So once again, guys, my new book is out, A New Black Wall Street, Circulating the Black Dollar Worldwide by Building Successful E-Commerce Businesses. You can go to anewblackwallstreet.com, pick yourself up a copy, print version $14.95, digital version $9.95. Once again, it's about building an economic power base in the black community. Now, I've created 2 sites and 2 platforms to do so. As I mentioned at the top of the show, BeSmartByBlack.com and HireBlackFreelancers.com. BeSmartByBlack.com is a platform for black product producers to sell their goods to black consumers worldwide, and it is free to upload your product information. So go to BeSmartByBlack.com, upload your information, and start selling to black folk worldwide. Now, for freelancers, if you do anything on Fiverr.com, Freelancer.com, go to Hire, H-I-R-E, BlackFreelancers.com. Once again, that is free. Upload your information. What type of freelance work do you do? And you can connect with black businesses and black consumers that are looking to hire black freelancers. So those are 2 platforms, guys, to help you move your business forward and also to circulate dollars in the black community. Also, in addition to my new book, A New Black Wall Street, I've created a compatible online flagship program titled Brand Builder Academy Elite. You can go to bbaelite.com and you can register. It is a 15-week program that takes you from product ideation and conception all the way up to selling online on Amazon, your site, any other site you want to sell on. So it's for people that are looking to build brands in digital products and or physical products. And you can use the code BBAElite100, BBAElite100. So go to bbaelite.com. Once you fill out that email, it'll take you to a page where you can sign up. And then when you sign up, it's only going to be $97 with that coupon code BBAElite100. And as you start filling out your information, just use that coupon code and you can join the program. So it actually has obviously the curriculum. It has the community because there's an online community. And it also comes with bi-weekly group coaching every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. So you can get your questions answered live by me. All right. So all that's a mouthful. So you can go to bebconnect.com, bebconnect.com. That's a page on my website, and it has all my contact information and resource links. As for my contact information, I'm going to give it to you real quick. When people reach out to me, if it's anything long, family, hit me on my email, jjones@blackentrepreneurblueprint.com, JAYJONES at blackentrepreneurblueprint.com. Facebook, Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Twitter, jjones001, JAYJONES 001. Instagram, jjones for real, JAYJONES, the number 4, REAL. YouTube, family, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have additional content on YouTube that is not on the show. Yes, the show does come out on YouTube, but I have additional content, and I'm about to drop about 3 new videos, short videos within the next week or so. So go to YouTube, type in Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Make sure you hit the subscribe and like button. Also, LinkedIn, check me out there, connect with me, J Jones Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Also, if you want to be included in the BEB text line for notifications and reminders about special events, text BEB to 555-888. BEB to 555-888. Once again, all of this contact information and resource links can be found at bebconnect.com. bebconnect.com. All right, let's get back to the rest of the show. So once again, guys, we're talking about testing your product or service to get proof of concept so you don't waste time and money. And I gave you 3 case studies. So I gave you case study number 1 about a physical product, the X4 Mind Boost. Case study number 2, a digital product, masterclass.com. And case study number 3, a service business, the trash can cleaning business by my cousin. So those are everything that you need to be able to formalize or formulize ways that you can test your product and or service without spending a lot of money. So this even comes down to, and I mentioned this on the show before, this even comes down to if you're trying to hire people. So when I started one of my first magazines, this was years ago, before I started the magazine, I had the concept and everything. I said, man, let me find out if I can hire salespeople. If salespeople will work on a commission. So I had the concept of the magazine. I had some layouts, a media kit, and all of that stuff that I had done. And so I had people, I used Indeed.com, and I was looking for outside sales representatives. So I had people send me resumes. I actually set up initial phone interviews, and I found out, hey, this is what the salary is. This is the compensation, your job duties. Full-blown interviews, initial interviews, and I found out if they wanted the job or not. Now, what happened was nobody got the job because I wanted to see if people were going to take the job. So it went all the way up to the point of putting out an offer, and I had several people accept the offers, and I said, okay, this is viable. And so what I did was, hey, we haven't started yet. We're going to be hiring, more people in the next couple of months. I'll keep your resume on hand. So it's not that I didn't want to hire them. I wasn't ready to hire them. But what I found was I got response. I got feedback. Okay. Oh, the salary's too low or the compensation is too low. I like this. We don't like that. And so what I knew was, okay, I can find quality people to sell advertising for this magazine. So when I was ready to rock, about 3 months later, I put out the same ad. It was a little different. And I had a sample of the magazine done. And so that way they could see exactly what they were selling. And that's how I started my first magazine. And what I did was I got proof of concept first. Now, while I got proof of concept with them, I also got proof of concept with advertisers. Because this was a dual-sided thing. I needed people that were going to sell the ads for me. Then I needed companies that were going to buy the ads. So once again, I reached out to a couple of companies. I did some selling by myself. I was able to sell a couple of ads. I told them, hey, the magazine will be coming out shortly. And once again, I got the proof of concept. So when I jumped out there, I didn't go out there blind and then try to do everything after the fact. So the biggest takeaway of today's show, guys, is make sure you test. So if it's a magazine where you got a dual-sided marketplace, I need people to sell the magazine ads, and then I need advertisers to buy those ads. So I had to test both sides of the marketplace. Okay? So I got that done. Now, if you're just selling an individual product or service to an individual person or company, then it's only a single-sided marketplace. Can I sell this product or service? Let me put up a landing page. Let me have the ordering capability so if people want it, they can go into their pockets and buy the product or service. That's the only way, guys, that you're going to be able to find out if your product or service is viable. Okay? So you don't want to get out there and spend a ton of money and you don't have proof of concept. And I think that's one of the biggest issues that prospective entrepreneurs have, is because they don't want to go out there on a limb risking a whole lot of money and or time and not be sure if something is going to be successful. But I do need to add this caveat. Just because you have proof of concept doesn't mean that you're going to be super successful. It just may mean that, hey, this concept works. But it's up to you, the entrepreneur, to level that thing up to be able to scale it. Okay? So I talk about this all the time also, guys, is try to model somebody or some business. So if you know somebody that's in the industry that you're trying to be in or doing something that exactly what you want to do, a lot of times they'll help you. Okay? They'll give you some advice, some feedback. So I always talk about mentorship, being able to mentor people. And it doesn't matter, that person could be a year ahead of you in their business. They can be a mentor to you because they've done something that you haven't done yet. They've experienced things that you haven't experienced yet. Okay? So don't sleep on that. Reach out to people. And I used to tell my girls when they were younger, and even now, in corporate America, wherever you are, if you ask people for help, most times people will help you. Hey, I need some help with this. Do you mind helping me out? Well, I really appreciate your mentorship or your insight into this. And people will help you. So don't sleep on that, but don't waste time and don't waste a lot of money until you get proof of concept. I have a buddy of mine that's created this online course, and he spent months. It was his first course, and he literally spent months. And he got the course done, and nobody is really bought the thing. So he just wasted all of that time. So I'll give you a perfect example. My first my e-commerce course, Educated E-commerce, my first flagship course. The reason I created it was, as I was telling my story about my online business, my e-commerce businesses, people kept asking me, man, Jay, how'd you do that? And I said, you know what? So many people are asking me that. Let me put together a program. So the universe told me what they wanted. And then all I did was put it together. So I mentioned this the other day too, Brand Builder Academy Elite. That was from, that was from a beta group, Brand Builder Academy 2020. So what I did was I took a beta group, and that's another way to test and get proof of concept. You get a beta group of people that don't pay the actual price, real price of something, but it gives you the feedback, and it actually gives them the benefit of, hey, they can get into this program and they can get in at a lower investment. So BBA 2020 was actually a beta group for the new program, Brand Builder Academy Elite. So I wanted to go in, mix it around with the guys and gals in the group, find out what worked, what didn't work, what they liked, what they didn't like, what they needed, what they didn't need. And then I was able to put that into BBAelite.com. So that was a beta group. So if nobody signed up for that beta group, then I wouldn't be doing BBAelite.com right now. That was proof of concept. And they invested, and it was supposed to be, I think, 4 weeks, was 6 weeks, but it ended up being like 12 or 13 weeks. Because what I realized was I needed more time, and they needed more time to go through the whole process. So once again, guys, you got to test your product or service. Get that proof of concept so you don't waste your time and money. And so if that's what's holding you back from starting your business or creating a new product and or service, get out there and do it. Stop over there over analyzing and what do you say, paralysis by analysis. Oh, I got to wait till I do this. I got to read 18 more books. I got to do this, that, or the other thing. That's excuses, family. It's garbage. It's excuses. All right. Bottom line, you can test stuff with little or no money. If you say, man, and I know right now with coronavirus and stuff like that, people may be jammed up financially. But if you look at some of these examples, my cousin, $100 with the trash can cleaning business. Me with the X4 Mind Boost, I was out about $225. So if your business idea isn't worth that, then you shouldn't be in business. If you don't think that it's worth that to invest that to find out the answer, then you shouldn't be in business. Okay. So, and I know things are tight, but you're going to find money for what you need it for. And I always used to use the term of feeding the beast. So if I got something that I can feed, that's going to feed me, guess what? I'm going to make sure that thing gets fed. But you don't know if that thing is going to be able to feed you until you put it out there. You got to feed that first so it can feed you. And so you got to test that. Test it first. Feed the beast. All right. And that's what you got to do. Take your money out of Hip Pocket National. Invest $100, $200 or whatever. And if it's a service business, family, that's real easy. Okay. You put up a landing page. You drive traffic there. You could be coaching. You could be doing taxes, you could be whatever it is. Okay. And, you could be doing travel. So as a travel consultant, you may want to have a travel consultant fee up before you plan this vacation. Like my man at Showtime Travel, Belvin Baldwin. Okay. You want his time, you're going to pay a couple dollars up front, maybe $25, $50 up front, so he can invest the time in you. But that's proof of concept. So if somebody's going to give you $25 or $50 or whatever to do a 30-minute or whatever consultation, that means, that's good. Now, obviously, that's not the end game, but that's a start. Okay, so they're exchanging their money for your product and or service. And that, guys, is truly what the proof of concept is. It's not a focus group. It's not family and friends saying, I like this, I would buy it, because half the time they don't buy it anyway. They tell you that, but they don't. The proof of concept, the true and only proof of concept, is people going in their pocket, exchanging their money, their resources, for your product and or service. Now, before we close it on out, guys, I say this each and every week. It's been crazy, man. I've been getting calls from all types of people, man, trying to get on the show, which is great. I got a couple of Shark Tank people that actually are going to be. I actually did one interview with a young lady that was on Shark Tank. That's going to be coming up in August when her new book drops. I'm not going to give out any names yet. I got a former NBA player that I'm about to interview that's doing great in business. And so none of this could happen, guys, without the BEB family. So please continue to spread the word about the podcast and the blog. And I say it every week, but the movement, because it's bigger than all of that. It's about a movement of economic empowerment in the black community. Economics controls everything. So please share, the social media post that I put out there, word of mouth, smoke signals, whatever you got to do, because we're trying to get this good word out there, guys. We're at a critical stage in history right now where things have to change, and there's no revolution without economics, and it all starts with us. We have enough money in our community if we start circulating it, being intentional, being conscious of where we spend it, and stop giving money to the people that don't care about you. Start spending your money and investing your money with people that care and love you. Okay? And don't believe all of this nonsense that you see out here with some of these prominent people out here talking. The bottom line is, I don't care what anybody says. If we don't take care of ourselves and galvanize around ourselves, nobody else will. Nobody on a white horse is going to come in and save the day. Okay, President Obama did what he could do, but he can't save the day. That's left up to us individually. So it starts in your household, and then you got to spread that to your neighborhood, your community, the state, the city, and from so on and so forth. But that's where it starts with you. Love you guys. See you same time next week. Peace.